Today we're going to be doing a review of a brand new game that just came out. It's called RobotWar 2684. 2684 is a port of the arcade classic Robotron 2084. This was coded by John Champeau of Champ Games. It can be purchased at AtariAge in cartridge form, or it can be purchased in ROM form directly from John Champeau at Champ Games. I'll leave links in the description where you can get both. Next to it is a controller that I bought specifically for this game. I knew I was going to be getting this game. This controller was made by a company called BD Retro Mods, and I will leave links in the description where you can go to their website and their Facebook page, just in case you're interested in getting this controller. The reason why you might want to get a controller like this is because in the game, you'll see when we get to the gameplay, but you have a character and you move the character around. Well, while you're moving the character around, if you do that with your left joystick, you can control the direction of the fire simply by which way you're moving the right joystick. Now, the way it was coded, you can just use regular Atari 2600 joysticks, but it gets a little cumbersome because they move and all this other stuff. So I wanted to get a specific controller for this game. And so that's what this is. You have to plug this controller into each one of the controller ports on the 2600. It also works on the 8-bit computer line. So I tried it with Robotron 2084 for my Atari 800 XL, and it works perfectly for that. So without further ado, let's get into some unboxing to see what's in this package, and then we'll get into some gameplay. So every time I purchase something from AtariAge, they always send me this little sticker. It's really cool. I got a ton of them, but they're cool. They're really nice. It's a good quality sticker if you like stickers. So I'm going to set that aside though, and we're going to get into the game. And so let's see what we have in here. I always hate undoing these stickers because I feel like I'm devaluing the game, but I know that I'm going to play it. And so, you know, what's the value of a game if you can't play it, right? So now I have thought about, and I still probably will purchase the ROM version from Champ Games and put it on my Harmony cart, but I still want to have the cartridge just in case. So let me set the plastic aside. Okay, I really like the artwork. It's really cool. Trying to figure out exactly what I'm looking at. If you look at it really closely, the person there is firing in two directions. So that's reminiscent of what you'll see in this game, because it gets very fast paced very quickly. So okay, in the back it says, in the year 2684, humanity fights for survival against the evil robot menace. And do you have the skill to battle through the 256 waves of enemies and save the last human family? It's a 1 or 2 player exclusive co-op mode and starting wave selection. So that's kind of cool. It has all the action of the arcade game. Support for dual joystick controls to move and fire. You'll see that here in a minute. 3 skill levels. The AtariAge save key support for high score saves, which is, I really like that. Yeah. So I want to improve, but I don't always keep track of what my scores are. So, and then Atari support also. So, and so there's some cool pictures on the back. So let's see what's in here. I got to be careful because sometimes I've done these reviews and I've opened up the box and done the whole review, and then when I go to put the stuff back into the box, I see I've missed a poster or something. I don't know if there will be a poster in here, but we'll find out. Okay, the box is officially empty. Okay, so there's the cartridge in all its glory. Let me pull this out and get this out of the way. That is a sharp looking cartridge. I just love it. I just love it. They have great artwork at AtariAge, and whoever they get to do these designs, they should be commended, because I really like it. So I think this is a poster. Let's open it up and see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Got the Champ Games logo and the AtariAge logo there. That's awesome. So that's nice to have. Let me set those aside because we're going to get into the manual here in a minute. And I may not go over everything in the manual, but basically what I told you is the controls. Now, what the object of the game is will be revealed here in a second. So give me just a second here. All right. So this is your character, and your job is to destroy. Let me see how they word it. Okay, you're the last hope of mankind. Due to a genetic engineering error, you possess superhuman powers, and your mission is to stop the Robotrons and save the last human family. So that's your job. So the last human family is Mommy, Daddy, and Mikey, and you are the mutant. And so these blocks here, they look like blocks. They're some of the enemies. And like I said, you can use the second joystick for firing, and I'll elaborate that a little bit more. So there are 3 skill levels. Title screen. You can move around. Now, you can use a single controller with this. I do know that. However, once you start firing in a certain direction, if you hold down the fire button and you're moving around the screen, your character, whatever direction you were firing at before you started moving is the direction you will continue to fire at as long as you have your thumb down on the button. So it's not, if you have 2 joysticks, to me, it seems like it'll be a whole lot better. I actually haven't tried that a whole lot, so we're going to get into that. So I'm excited to get into that. So, yeah. In A difficulty is auto fire. B difficulty is manual fire. Auto fire, I highly recommend. And you actually can use a Genesis controller on here. I didn't know that. And if you press the C button, you'll fire in the opposite direction. So that's kind of cool. And then they mentioned the 2-stick method. It shows you right there, and I don't know how well you can see that. But the fire buttons they're not used at all as far as in this particular mode. Once you're in this mode, you just use the joystick on your right to fire with, and you move with your left joystick. Has a pause feature, black and white switch on your console will do that. Press select during the game to return to the title screen, and restarts the game. And then there's some configurations here for Quadtari, which I'm not really familiar with that, so we won't go over that. And then it talks about the different aliens. And what they are and what they do, and I won't go into all of that. And then the high scores are obviously changed with the audio Vox, Atari Vox, I'm sorry, or the save key. So yeah. Coding and design by John Champeau, Nathan Strum. He did the graphics. Yep, that boy, he's good. I'm telling you. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's see what's in the game itself. Let's play and check it out. Before we get started with some gameplay, in full disclosure, I wanted to let you know that I had originally planned on recording this from an Atari 2600 console, actually with a video camera, but I was having some video camera issues. And my 2600 is actually AV modded, but my AV mod or my AV capture isn't that great. So what I did was I had purchased, as I always do, the full ROM version from Champ Games after I purchased the cartridge. And I have noticed that there have been a few times that during gameplay the game has locked up on the Retron 77. I don't know if the Retron 77, the Stella version of that, needs to be updated with a firmware update, or if maybe the ROM isn't 100% compatible with Stella yet, at least this version. So I haven't really played this on Stella on a PC, so I don't know if it locks up there or not. But I also want to let you know that I didn't have any issues with the cartridge at all. None at all. When I play just on the regular console, there's no issues at all. And when you watch this video, be sure you turn on your frames per second to make sure it's 60, because otherwise there's going to be some extra flickering on the screen. And I'm also using a custom controller that has 2 joysticks from BD Retro Mods. This is the reason why I got the dual sticks, obviously, is because if you know anything about the game, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you can use the right joystick to fire, in whatever direction that your joystick is going, that is the direction where you fire. So you can move one way with your man and then shoot another way. So if you try to play this with one joystick, you can do that, but you have to stop, move into the direction in which you want to fire, and then press the fire button. And it makes the gameplay much more difficult. So I will leave links in the description where you can buy the cartridge, where you can download the ROMs, and where you can get a hold of Brian at BD Retro Mods, where you can purchase one of these great controllers. It's pretty cool. I'm still trying to get used to it, so if I have some slop in my gameplay, forgive me. But we're just going to have some fun with this and show you what the game is like. So without further ado, let's get to it. And I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so I may not say a whole bunch. The graphics are great on this game. It looks phenomenal, both on a CRT and if you're doing it with your Retron 77 in HD. It looks phenomenal. The colors are great. John Champeau did a great job with this game. He really did. Oh, I thought I shot it. That was stupid. Ah, ran right into him. Ah, what am I doing? Ah, no. Ah, greedy, greedy, greedy. That was greedy. Ah, didn't see it. Man, there's so much that's going on the screen, but that's just the way the game is. That was dumb. Oh well. Well, let's do one more. Let's see how it goes. So I didn't do too horribly, I guess. But it locked up. It actually locked up. Yep, it's not doing anything. So, but you get the idea. This is a fun game to play. Like I said, if you're playing on the actual 2600, it's not an issue. We're gonna have to try to see if we can get this issue fixed. I hope it's not maybe my file's corrupt or the image that I burned onto the SD card for the Retron 77 may be corrupted in some way. So we'll figure it out. But if you like what you've seen here, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of our family here. Be sure you turn on your notification bell so you know when we post new videos. With that, have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.